The Rings of Power, Episode 5. Let me start by saying the Hobbit's migrating scene looks very much like Middle-earth. I grant them that, they nailed it. I found myself taken back to the feeling of the Shire. Poppy's song was charming, and it has a nice reference to Bilbo's poem about Aragorn in the phrase, "Not all who wander are lost." Now it seems the stranger, or meteor man, can control water, and the earth, besides fire. That still does not make it clear who he is. Almost every theory can get along with that. But now we see there's a whole faction looking for him. This character here may be meant to represent Anatar, the fair form Sauron took in the Second Age to trick the Elves. If he is indeed Anatar, he doesn't look right. As many have already said, he looks more like Eminem. But to be honest, now I don't think he is Sauron. The women who accompany him make it seem like a whole different faction at play. And if you look closely, they have the same constellation the stranger is looking for, carved on their shields. It seems to me that they keep opening plot lines, and this leaves little time for any of them to develop. That's why, for instance, Adar appears barely more than 2 minutes in this episode. They keep taunting us with whether he is Sauron or not, but at least it is clear that he is fully committed to the Orc army, so I wonder, why did he let Arondir live unharmed in the last episode? What use can Adar have of letting Arondir help Bronwyn lead the Southerners? Seems a little bit off. Now Theo must make a choice, to follow her mother or give in to the temptation of the evil blade. So far, it seems he trusted Arondir, revealing that he kept the blade, but he can still fall into darkness when they use it as a key to unlock the cave, or beacon, or whatever it is that they discovered in the fortress. But since not even Sauron was shown yet, I'm beginning to think this is not Theo's path into becoming an Nazgul, but something else, and I'm feeling less and less interested after every episode. Within Numenor, there are many things going on. I still don't get what they are aiming for with Isildur. They're showing him just as an average teenager bickering with his father. Maybe they want to set his character that way to explain why did he give in to the temptation of the ring later on, but that's just me guessing. Although I confess it was fun to watch Galadriel sparring with the recruits, they are making it look like Numenor is unprepared to launch an expedition into Middle-earth, which is completely ridiculous since the Island Kingdom was the mightiest army in the world, capable of making even Sauron afraid, at the highest of his power, so sending a small detachment of 500 men should have been nothing to them. At least I do acknowledge that Elendil's helmet looked fitting to a Numenorean high officer. Pharazôn's character took a nice turn this time, finally revealing that he is Miriel's cousin, and thus a member of the royal family. Maybe this is the first step into putting him where he belongs, as the usurper of Miriel's throne, and the one that takes Numenor into the path of darkness. I mean, they did say that Tar Palantir was stopped by him in his goal to revert back to the old ways. Pharazôn is one of the most important characters in regards to the mythology of Numenor, so I hope they make his arc right. He reveals to his son his goal to set Numenor high among the kingdoms of Middle-earth, and his ambition fits what the Numenorean kings did, but the major issue here, and with the series as a whole, is the cramming of the Second Age chronology they are making. The shunning of Numenor for the old ways was a slow process, taking hundreds of years, in which the kings slowly turned their sights to Middle-earth and began building fortresses there and taking tribute from its people. They could have told a much better story if they left Pharazôn's story and that of Elendil and his sons for a later season, since all of that happens near the end of the Second Age, far past the year 3000, and focusing season 1 on the period of Numenorean splendor, showing how they contacted Gil-galad for the first time, and their slow descent into corruption. This would also serve a double purpose, since the Numenoreans first landed on Middle-earth around the year 700 of the Second Age, roughly the same date in which the kingdom of Eregion was founded by Celebrimbor, when the alliance with the dwarves of Khazad-dûm was forged. Which brings me to that other plotline. They are making it look like the alliance was made with the kingdom of Lindon, through Gil-galad, when it was actually Eregion, the kingdom that established friendship with Durin's folk, and it was a separate realm. But what troubles me the most is the fact that they are placing mithril as an item needed by the elves as a whole to remain alive. In the first place, Gil-galad was the high king of the Noldor elves, not of all elves in Middle-earth. In fact, there were several elven communities, separated enough not to have contact between them. But since when were the Eldar linked to mithril that way? Why do they suddenly need it to remain in Middle-earth? The fact that they are making this one of the central points of the series takes me aback, for it is deviating too much from the source material. Of course, this could be just a lie from Gil-galad. He might just want the mithril as a treasure, but that too is way too off-character of him. I think I'll step back a little and let the series some time to develop its plotlines before reviewing it again, to give them the chance to express their whole idea, in the hopes that it gets better. If you like this content, please give me a like and subscribe, it helps a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.